Hi and welcome back to NFSTI Video to Membership. We're going to backtrack just a little bit though, and I promised you I'd show you what this little red button over here is for under Updates on our last video. And I'm going to show you right now what that is, as well as a little bit more about what these items in the menu on the left are underneath your profile. First, let's start with these updates here. Let's go ahead and hover our mouse right over the word Updates and click on it. Once I did that, it opened up a box, and you'll see that it closed the profile box. Right, that indicates that I have one update that's been taking place, and that update has to do with friendship requests. So I have 3 pending friendship requests. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to click on that. And that's going to take me to a portion of my profile that indicates who my friends are and who my pending friends might be. It's also going to show any friends that maybe I've requested friendship with that haven't been approved yet. At this point in time, I have 3 friendships from Dan Waterman, Linda McKissick, and Peter Salazar that I can either accept or reject. That's up to me and my discretion. That information will not be made public, and it will not be interpreted by the other person. They'll just think that you're not checking your friendship requests, so don't feel like if you want to reject somebody's friendship for security purposes that you can't do that, because you absolutely can. In this case, I'm going to accept all 3, so I'm just going to click 1, 2, and 3. You'll notice that it has a little Ajax spinning wheel indicating that it's going through the processing steps, and it has been accepted. So now I'm going to go over here, as we indicated first of all in the last video. Once we're in our profile, we have this navigation bar within our profile. We looked at activity. We also looked at our profile, and we went through and changed some of the settings. Now we're under friends, and that's where it took us when we checked to see what the friend requests were. Also underneath that, you'll see this submenu. Right now it defaulted us under the requests because that's what we asked it to do in the main menu, but I can jump over here to the less highlighted one called My Friends and see who all my friends are. When I do click that button, it switches over. I scroll back down to that area, and you'll see that the 3 friendships that I just now accepted are now listed under My Friends. And if I were to go back to requests now, what you're going to see is that there is nothing, because we've completed the friendship requests. Now, let's move back up to the home page and talk about a few of the other items that are in that navigation bar on the left side of the screen. Here we are. The first one at the top underneath my profile is called My Groups. If I click that and it opens up, it shows what are my groups, my group activity, create a group, and view group directory. We're going to go over groups in a later session when we talk about this top navigation bar. You see groups is right here. But in essence, what groups are subtopics of interest that people will talk about. We have groups that are on social media. We have them on tips and leads. We have them on BPO tricks and technology. So if I were to have groups that I belong to, I could select that and it would show me. If I were active in my groups, in other words, I were participating by talking, discussing, or replying, I could go to my group activity and see what I've done. It's a good way to catch up with yourself after you've been away from the account for a day or 2. I can also create a group. As an expert or premium member, I have the privilege of creating my own group. If you have a specialty, say for instance in a certain region of the country or lakeside property REOs, and you want to share with others some of the differences and the challenges that you face, and you feel there's not an appropriate group that addresses those issues, you can create that group. It will have to go through an approval process. And lastly, you can view the group directory. Okay, now let's go over to the topic of the day, which is upgrading your membership. Oh, excuse me. Backtrack to my blog. This is simple. If I want to write a blog post, I just click this. We're going to talk a little bit more in detail about this blog area later on. And you'll see that you're going to be able to create your own website or your own blog within the NFSTI website. So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves if I talk too much about it. The other thing that's left over here on the menu is message box. And that's if anybody were to send me a direct message. It's kind of like sending an email, only it's private between just the 2 of you. Nobody else can see it. Now we can go back to the topic of the day, which is upgrading your membership. I'd like you to go up to the second navigation bar where my cursor is hovering right now and hover over Become a Member. Under that, you're going to see two child directories underneath Becoming a Member. One is Membership, which we discussed in video 1, gives you the different options of choosing a membership, and then there's Upgrade. I'm going to go ahead and click on the word Upgrade, and it's going to take us to the page that I'd go to if, for instance, I wanted to move from free to basic, basic to premium, or premium to expert. And as you'll see in here, it describes that process and it gives you the payment options and the cost differences. You will not be billed twice, so if you already paid $25 for the basic membership for the year and you wanted to upgrade to the premium, such as in this case right here, the cost difference is $25 a year. That's $25 you paid for your basic, and then the $25 difference for going up to the premium membership. All I would have to do is click Checkout with PayPal. It's going to calculate the differences for me, and it's going to bring that payment option up. Once I do that, the next year is going to bill me for the full amount. So I do want you to understand that this is not a discounted membership. It is merely providing and tallying the difference and then giving you the full price throughout this year and next year as well. Okay, underneath you'll also see a full description of all the different options, the membership options, in case you wanted to double check and make sure that you're selecting the right one, be it free, basic, premium, or expert again. Well, that concludes this video series. Look forward to seeing you on the next one.